Blokees is back, and it's not just about the Galaxy versions or the Classic Collection today. No, we're taking a look at their brand new Action Edition line, with the very first figure in it, that being Optimus Prime. So this was a very fun building experience for me. Super fun figure. Definitely enjoyed it all around. It's something I definitely recommend. It comes with tons of cool stuff. I love this thing. Blokees is also hosting another giveaway too, so link is down in the description and the comments if you want to check that out. Before we talk about the figure itself, I want to go over the box and the instructions just real quick, because the box here will give us a pretty decent preview of what we're going to see in the video. So you can see chest and eyes have lights that can glow. No brush required, that is true. It is perfectly color oriented. No glue required, that is true. And no cutters required. Now, I've built a lot of stuff throughout my day, and I can say that, yeah, no cutters are required. A lot of these pieces pop out super well. The gates are very clean. Overall, you know, if you want it to look its best, you could probably maybe use a hobby knife. But yeah, you can seriously just pop and twist all the parts out. They did a very good job with that. You can see batteries are included. It says that somewhere, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, right there, batteries are included. Very, very cool figure, Action Edition 01. Can't wait to see what's next. On the back, perfect color assignment, that's very true. Absolutely beautiful color separation. No stickers are needed whatsoever on the figure itself. Human system, which is something that's very exciting. You can always pause to read as well. Very nice accessories are included with this guy. Very nicely articulated figure, and it does have light up eyes and the Matrix of Leadership. Very nice poses right there. I love the classic movie pose. And then on the side here is where you can see that human system. Essentially, it's like an inner frame, where, you know, you build the inner frame and then you put the armor pieces on top. And I think that is very effective, and it makes for a very solid figure. Going over the instructions super quick as well, just to kind of give you a bit of a glimpse at the assembly process. You can see that everything is on runners, and you can just pop and twist all the parts off pretty easily. We can also see how things just pop together. Very clear instructions. Very much enjoyed these. Really no complaints with the building process, in my opinion. You know, follow the steps, pay attention to the parts, you're all set, you're good to go. Really, really fun. You can see there are going to be some optional parts right about here, where you can actually change the eye color to have it more toy-oriented, and I think it's very cool. You can also have a different faceplate as well if you want the like surrounding bit around the eyes to look darker, and I think it's very nice as well. Yeah, overall, loved the build on this guy. Absolutely enjoyed it, and I think you'll enjoy it too. Alright, bringing back in our heroic leader of the Autobots, he comes with a lot of stuff, and I want to go over all of that first and foremost. So as I talked about on the instructions, he does come with interchangeable pieces to change the eye color and the surrounding bit around the face. That is a separate piece. You do also have interchangeable fingers as well, if you want to have either like a trigger finger right there or a pointing finger. I have, you know, that's the trigger, that's the pointing. I just feel like it works the best overall. And even with the pointing, you can straighten the hand enough and you can't really notice that the pointer finger is pointing. So you can just leave that normal if you want. I think that's a very nice option. You do have a sticker sheet. A lot of the stickers are optional. These ones right here are for like the G1 knees and toes, and I put those on because I thought they looked nice. You do have ones for the little hologram. You also have ones for the communicator. I went with Bumblebee, but you do also have the choice to put a Megatron sticker on, I guess if he's talking to his best frenemy. You do also have two metallic Autobot symbols if you want to use that, but he does have an Autobot symbol printed on his shoulder. Alright, what other accessories does he have? So let's remove the figure from the base, because the base not only is an accessory, but also houses a lot of the accessories. So on the figure himself, he currently has his Ion Blaster, which I think is super cool. This is actually my favorite Ion Blaster I've ever seen on any Optimus Prime, because it actually has some action features, which is super cool. I did not expect this until I was building it. So you can actually have a little action on the Ion Blaster, and I think that's really cool. But you can also simulate it getting shot. You know, you can pew, 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 and that piece up there raises, so if you want it like that, and you can actually pew. It just adds a nice little layer of fun. It just kind of reminds you that even though this is, you know, a buildable action figure meant for collectors, it's still a toy at the end of the day. You know, I really enjoy that. Obviously, he's going to have the Matrix of Leadership. You can remove it. You can have him hold it. it's pretty standard. With all the articulated fingers, I did test it. You can have him definitely hold the Matrix. It's a little tricky, but it's nothing that's, you know, impossible. I'm just going to leave that in there, though, because without the Matrix, he's not Optimus Prime. So on his back, he does have his backpack. We can go ahead and remove this and start putting on another accessory. Boom, right there. Very nice and secure. And on the display base, we have several accessories. So one of them is not really intended to be on the display base, and that's the Energon Axe, but it can kind of fit. It can kind of fit just enough for me to enjoy it being an option right there. Obviously, we have Sideswipe's jetpack that can actually plug on. You can also store the backpack piece right there if you want, while you have Sideswipe's jetpack in use. And you do also have the little communicator right there and the little hologram. I'll show those off in a little bit. And you do also have the Autobot symbol, which is used to light him up. So let's start putting some of these accessories on. Let's switch some stuff out. So let's give him Sideswipe's jetpack. And this is very cool because it does have silver plastic little thruster bells down there, and you can articulate those on ball joints. Let's give him his Energon Axe. So let's remove the Ion Blaster and give him his Energon Axe right there. Looking very nice. I enjoy that it's made out of 2 pieces, so it doesn't really have any hollowness. And I really enjoy this whole honeycomb texture. It just makes it look really cool and really deluxe. He does have little panels on his arms that are used to cover up the hole that you would use for like the communicator or the hologram. And I love how these work. So they're on ball joints. You can actually push it in, and that raises it up a little bit in the front. And raising it up just a little bit is enough space for you to wedge your nail in there. That's why I keep my thumbnail long. And you can actually access that hole now. Let's go ahead and make him talk to Bumblebee. So you can see this is a very nice little communicator piece. And the Bumblebee and Megatron on these stickers are the actual Blokees figures. So I really enjoy that. Those are the little Galaxy version figures. Let's remove that right there. Let's give him his hologram. So the hologram does have 2 stickers. I recommend putting both of them on because if you don't, then one side's just going to be a white thing. I did mess this one up a little bit. That's why the corner's peeled up just a little bit. But it's no biggie. Always make sure you take your time aligning your stickers and putting them on. But yeah, you can have them with the hologram. He just looks super cool. I love this guy. It's just so fun with all these accessories. And obviously, you do have the Autobot light. And this works very, very simply. This works via like a magnet system. You just tap it to the chest, and his eyes and Matrix of Leadership will light up. Might be a little easier to open up his chest. There we go. And it's very, very bright. Looks super cool. Loving how the eyes glow. Loving how the Matrix glows. And obviously you can switch out parts and have it glow in the different color. I just think it's really nice, especially the Matrix. That looks really good. It does turn off after a while to preserve battery, but it does stay on long enough for you to get some cool pictures and everything. So obviously for the thumbnail of this video, I have his eyes lighting up. So let's go ahead and talk about the figure itself, because I've talked about everything he comes with. I need to talk about this guy, because I love it. So this is a really nice stylized figure of Optimus Prime. I really love the look of it. It is actually pretty large, too. If you're curious about the size, here it is next to the Blokees Galaxy version of Optimus Prime. So you can see, yeah, it's pretty big. It's definitely pretty large. And you can see how they're both very similar when it comes to proportion, design, philosophy, and just all-around quality. I really enjoy the little Blokees Galaxy version figures. I think they go together really easily, really well, really nice solid plastic. Love these little guys. And this is basically a high-end version of that, and I think it's very, very successful in what it's trying to accomplish. So the details are absolutely exquisite. Getting in close on this guy, you can see his helmet looks super nice, his face looks really nice. He does have some parts that are actually painted in silver. That includes the mouth plate, the smokestacks, the belly. It just all adds this nice layer of quality to it, and it just makes it look really, really nice. I did add just a little tiny bit of detailing. I added some black in the little yellow lights right there, and I added some black in the arm panels right there, just to separate those line-wise, because that's just a part of the design. But other details, you know, every other detail, you don't even have to do that black. I just personally wanted to. But tons of other details, like the yellow in the waist armor is a plastic piece that you insert. I love all the little panel lines and details. He does have, like I said, the printed Autobot symbol on him. Even around the back, he's got nice little rivets and details and everything that just really make him feel nice and deluxe. And you can see, like, the gate marks are very tiny. Like, look at how tiny those are on the joints right there. Super tiny. And honestly, if you have a nail like me, you can honestly just scrape away some of that excess plastic and not even have to worry about cleaning up some of the parts. This is such an awesome figure. I really love it. One of the coolest things about it, in my opinion, is the articulation, because this guy can move. It can absolutely move. So his head is on a ball joint on its own, but then the neck is on a ball joint. So you get a decent amount down, you get a lot up, you get tilt side to side, and obviously it's going to rotate all of the way. The shoulders are very nicely done because they're on butterfly joints, and they're on like this upward joint as well. So it's one of those like butterfly upward combos. And you can get them moving about this far. And then there's like an additional outward joint at the shoulder. So you can have the arms moving out about 90 degrees, which for an Optimus Prime is very nice. And obviously if you want the arms moving up even more, I've got news for you. They rotate. So you can rotate the arm. You do have a bicep swivel. The elbow bends in only one joint, but it's a very nice solid 90-degree joint. The wrist is on a ball joint, and then the fingers, thumbs on a ball joint, and then the pointer's on a ball joint, and then these three fingers are attached. If you do mess with it, it is going to wiggle the gun out of place, but it's okay. It doesn't really get in the way too much. It does have a bit of an ab crunch, which is very cool. You can also rotate at the waist. It does have little side skirts that you can move out, and that adds for a lot of nice extra motion outward. You can move the front skirts as well. And then speaking of that outward, moves out pretty much all the way, which is very nice. The legs move forward pretty much all the way too. There is no like slider or anything. It's just on a standard joint, but it definitely does the job. And you can see it holds. It definitely holds. It does have a thigh swivel, a double jointed knee, which is very, very nice and fluid. Love that joint as well. And then the ankles are on ball joints, but you do have this nice little like piston sculpted in just to kind of fill in that detail. So that's on a ball joint, and it's also on like a hinge as well and a rocker. So it has a lot of articulation. It doesn't have a toe too? Yeah, you can even move the toe. And you can move the toe down, which is very rare. So yeah, this guy's loaded with articulation. It is such a fun posable Optimus Prime. I can't get over the plastic quality, the paint quality, the sculpted detail. Blokees have really outdone themselves. And if this seems like an Optimus Prime that you would love to add to your collection, seriously, go for it. So what do I think about the Blokees Action Edition Optimus Prime? I absolutely love this thing. I'm super happy the Blokees sent this thing out to me, because honestly, if they hadn't, I probably would have sought it out to buy myself. It's a very fun figure, and it's one I definitely suggest if you are interested in these Blokees buildable figures, because Blokees has done some awesome stuff with their Galaxy versions, their Classic Collection, and now with this Action Edition, they are definitely taking it to another level. It does, have the whole stylized aesthetic, and me personally, I love the aesthetic of Blokees figures. I like that slight stylization they have to them, but I do understand it's not going to be for everybody. But if this is something that is absolutely for you, I super highly recommend this thing. And again, Blokees is holding another giveaway, so if that's something you're interested in, link is down in the description and the comments. I have heard back from the winners on some of the previous giveaways, so it's definitely worth entering. There's more than one winner. Special thanks again to Blokees for sending this out for me to take a look at for you guys, but also special thanks to channel members, as always. Thank you all so much for the continued support. It genuinely means the world. Alrighty guys, thanks so much for watching. Have a great one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.